you very much for being on time. Appreciate it big time. I'm always a few minutes late. It's always this thing with turning it on, and sometimes my connection is a bit of an error, and then it boom, it goes in. But it's good to see you. And today we are going to review Unit 3, Reading 1, right? You were supposed to have watched the video and do the activities in your textbook, which is, and I emphasize, not homework, because it's part of your class time. Remember? I keep on emphasizing that one. So nobody can say, Miss Sylvie gives so much homework, right? Okay. The road to success. Let's go. We're going to look at got it in. So actually we can go over this quite fast. We don't have to do this too long actually, because you already did it. But the whole point of this is that we can interact and you get to answer and ask me questions, right? That's the whole thing of it. So you can check your answers. If there's something else that you find still hard or anything relating to your project, just please let me know, and we can review it. By the way, this is also the last chapter you're going to do for the rest of your life. Wow. So let's be excited, yeah? It's the last one. Okay, we're going to go to vocabulary. Here you have the bold-faced words that would have to be placed in the self-discovery quiz. Achieving success has a lot to do with how you look at yourself. Now, it's ironic in a way that the last chapter that you're going to do with me is about the road to success. Hence, you're, almost about to finish high school and you're going to go into university, which supposedly is the road to success in a way. So yeah, I find it ironic. I was just thinking about it. Oh, interesting. Okay, I need someone to annotate, someone who turned on their laptop, and I'm going to, there's some of you, and then suddenly many go like, dang it, why did I not turn on my phone, right? Like, guys, come on, turn on your cameras. Oh, I don't see your faces. Only a few people who turn on their camera. Come on. Steven, Ganas, Gilbert, Albert, El, Arjun, Sinta, Yussi, Audrey, Ofi, Esti, Shani. What is this? Name thing right now? Dudes, come on. Okay, Lyle, I'm going to ask you humbly to annotate our work today. You up for that one? Lyle? Yes. You hearing me? Okay, cool. You good with that? You know how to do it? Okay, cool. That's a very yellow thumb. That is somehow discriminative. The brown thumb, the black thumb, the yellow thumb, the white thumb. Zoom has thought of it all. Okay, number one. Sarah, hi, Sarah. Can you just read the first part with us and tell us what should come in the middle?
Yes. Self-discovery quiz. Achieving success has a lot to do with how you look at yourself. Write down 3 things that you like about yourself. I know how to keep a secret. People can trust me. Discretion is my middle name. When I encounter difficulties or make a mistake, I never give up. I never miss a beat. I just keep going. I'm a generous person. I can always spare a little money for people in need.
Wow, cool. Thank you. Yeah, so discretion, miss a beat, and spare. Miss a beat and spare. Yeah, Lyle, maybe for the next ones you can change color because this one is quite similar. These ones you just leave, but maybe you can just go with another color. Cool. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Lyle. We're going to go to number 2. Write down a goal that you would like to achieve. Oh, Felin. Hello, Felin. I want to see your face, Felin. Where's your face, Felin? Felin, can you do number 2?
Okay, miss.
I missed you guys. You know that?
Write
It
down.
makes me happy to see you. And basically, in 1 month, I won't see you anymore. Please give me the privilege. Right? Okay, Pelin.
Number two, write down a goal that you would like to
Yeah.
achieve. I would like to have all the different parts of my life come together so I could feel a whole person with no regrets. For this, I need to find someone to back me in that dancing career, a helper and and mentor.
Oh, very good. Thank you. Yeah, so we've got come together. Yeah, come together. Please check your answers right, guys. Did you do that? Did you have that? Come together. And we got back. Go to number 3. What is your target date for achieving it? Wow, we go with targets here. That's good. Targets are good to achieve our goals. Esty, good morning. Hi, Esty. Esty, where are you at? I don't see you. I don't hear you.
Sinyal saya jelek, Miss. Masih hujan.
Oh, could you do number 3?
I am apa ya? Bentar, Miss.
Yeah.
I am reluctant to set a date for success because I believe life should follow its own path, but I would like to join a major dance company in 5 years.
Oh, in 5 years. So we've got reluctant and on your own pace. Reluctant and pace. Yeah, thank you. Number 4, Belinda. Hi, Belinda.
Hello.
Can you do number 4? Can you turn on your camera, Belinda?
Yes. What obstacles or opposition to your encounter? Sometimes I get discouraged at night. I sit alone in the dim light when worried. Depression can take it out of me, but I always remember my dreams.
Yeah, very good. We've got dim and take it out of me. Good job. And then we've got 5. What are some first steps you could take towards your goal? I'm going to New York to apply to dance school. Awesome means. Okay. Well, I will erase that so we can go to the next page. Any questions, guys? That is just basically the bold-faced words, the vocab for reading 1. That leads us to previewing. You notice for previewing, we predict the text type and the purpose. That gives us a focus on what to read for and how to take notes or annotate the text. And we do that by looking at the title and the visuals mostly. Well, we look Got It In by Jackson Jody Davis. And we see a pair of shoes, then shoes of a girl. All right. Now, after you having read this, actually for the preview, you were supposed to discuss some of the questions here. Yeah. Katie, it's a young girl who leaves her home and everything that is familiar to her to pursue her dream. What do you think drives Katie to leave home? I'd like to hear that from Shenny. Shenny, could you answer that? What do you think makes Katie leave home? Shenny?
Yes, Miss.
What about number 1? What do you think drives Katie to leave home?
Sorry, Miss. I don't really know.
It's just a prediction. So even if you haven't read it, you should be able to predict. Just think about the gotta dance. It says gotta dance. It gives you the information that she's a young girl. She leaves her home and everything that is familiar, just so she wants to pursue her dream. So give a prediction, Jenny. A prediction.
Maybe because her parents won't allow her to pursue her dream.
Oh, that's a great answer. That could be one of it. It could be that her parents have a different thought, right? Yeah, great. Thank you. Awesome. Yeah, that could be it. Maybe her parents are not supportive of it. Maybe she feels she's blocked at home. She can't do anything. That's why she goes. Or maybe she thinks that's the only way to fulfill her dream. There could be many reasons. Number 2, what consequences might leaving home have for her or her family? Just leaving everything and going on the road, going from one city to another city. Panya, good morning. Panya, can you please turn on your camera? Also for Shani, Marcel, everybody else, please turn on your cameras.
Yes.
Shan, yeah. So Panya, can you answer number 2?
I think that her parents might be panic because Katie suddenly leaves her home.
Right. And what do you think it would be for her though, going from one city to another?
It would be very hard because maybe she didn't have any money.
Right. Right. Yeah, and no place to stay. So it would cost her a lot, right? Yeah, good answer. Thank you. Yeah, so you see with a prediction, you're kind of just trying to think about the topic. You're just kind of letting your mind go through this topic and lean into anything you might know about it or think about it. And that is kind of helpful because it helps you prepare you for the text. Awesome. Good. Now, we're not going to read this right now because you did that already. So we're going to go straight into the questions that are, we start with main ideas and main points on page 66. Oh, I'm too far by one. Here we go. Basically, after reading it, you had to look back at your preview, like, did your ideas help you? Was it kind of in one line, yes or no? Guidance can be divided into 3 parts. Write a sentence that summarizes the main idea of each part of the story. So we've got part 1, which is saying goodbye. That's paragraphs 1 to 5. Then we got part 2, on the road. That is paragraphs 6 to 14. And then we've got part 3, meeting the challenge, which is paragraphs 15 to 23. Okay, now you had to write one sentence trying to summarize the main idea of each of those parts. This is very good because this is really for you to practice the main ideas of text. Now, number 1 has been done for you. After saying goodbye to her childhood home and the memory of her brother, Katie decides to change her life. So that is the example summary for part 1. Now, I would like to know, who would like to try out part 2? Is there any volunteer who would like to check his or her answer? If so, then I'm going to pick someone. Gilbert, good morning, Gilbert.
Morning.
Hi, can you turn on your camera too? Guys, why are you not turning on your cameras? By the way, for the class secretaries, don't forget to note down. I'd like to know, who's the class secretary in 12 IPA 1?
Me.
Michelle. Oh, Michelle. Okay, thank you. Who's the class secretary in 12 IPA 2?
It's me, Miss.
So that is
Amel.
Okay, yeah. I don't see your face right away. I'll have to move the thingy. Okay, thanks. Just so I know. Okay, so guys, Michelle and Amel, remember, yeah, to note down who's absent or late. Okay, I was asking, now I forgot who I asked. Oh, Gilbert, part 2. What's the main idea?
Part 2. Main idea, she met many different kinds of people on her way to the city.
Yes, that could be it. Basically, Katie Katie's on her way. Katie's on her journey, right? On her journey away from home. Gives her time to clarify thoughts about her values, her family, and her future plans. So part 2 is basically that she's still on the road. So she's away from home, on her way to follow her dreams, and she has time to reflect. Yeah. Part 3, meeting the challenges where she's actually dancing. Elle, I'm going to ask you that. Can you tell me what the main ideas of paragraphs 15 to 23?
I just wrote she has like hard challenges. I just wrote that.
Okay. Well, actually, if you have read it, you know that she had a successful performance. So basically, it is Katie's successful performance that gives her the courage to continue to follow her dream. Because after her first performance in the first city, she gets so excited and filled up and encouraged that with full energy and effort and semangat, she's on her way to the next city. So basically, her first performance gives her the courage to continue to follow her dream. That would be the main idea. Guys, gotta practice this. Yeah, this will be definitely in your test for your graduating, your final ujian sekolah. Yeah, so this is important for you to do right. Is there anyone who would like to ask about this? Is there anyone who wants to ask about this or no? No? Okay, then we're gonna go to details. Circle the correct answer to each question. Then compare your answers with a partner. These are comprehension questions focusing on details, yeah? Okay, number 1, I'm gonna ask Michelle, what's number 1?
Number 1 is A, Miss.
Can you read it for me?
How would you describe the attitude of the majority of cat family? A.
Yeah.
They were critical of Katie desire to be a dancer.
Yeah, very good. Number 2, Amel.
Which statement is not true about death, life and death? C. His sister was very upset at his funeral.
Yeah, correct. Good. Number 3, Clara.
Which of the following did Katie do before setting out for the bus depot? C. She danced with a lot of emotion in her brother's room, knowing full well that no one else was in the house.
Yeah, good. 4, I'm gonna ask, okay, let's go. Is there Audrey? Audrey?
Hello.
Hi, can you do number 4?
Okay. Which one of Katie's idea must she re-evaluate as a result of her experience? B. Waitresses are generally impatient and unkind.
Yeah, that would be a bias. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Thank you. Fatma, number 5.
What did Katie observe when she was in the bus? A. On his third attempt, the boy's success in throwing his head out the window.
Yeah, succeeded. Yep. Thank you. Andy, can you do number 6?
Yes, Miss. Why did Katie go to dinner? B. She needed to wait for her audience to arrive and to mentally and physically prepare for her performance.
Okay, it's diner, yeah? Why did Katie go to the diner? Yeah, good answer. Thank you. We go to number 7 for Sinta.
Yeah, Miss.
Hi, can you do number 7?
Yeah. What dog did Katie have when she was watching the
platform in front of the the apa sih?
Yeah, theater.
Oh, theater. Jawabannya A, Miss.
Yes, she considered how differences in dress can cause people to be uncomfortable with each other. Yeah, very good. 8, Andre.
Which of the following is true about Katie's performance? B. Katie was offered a job after she performed her dance so well in the street in front of the theater.
Yeah, well, she actually wasn't offered a job. That would have been nice. It's actually she was just very satisfied and happy about what she did, and then she went to the next city. Yeah, thank you, Andre. Okay, that brings us to making inferences. Remember, making inferences is making an educated guess about something that is not directly stated. Yeah, that means that we are basically connecting the dots as in the information that we hear or read, and from there come to a conclusion or grasp the underlying meaning or the implied meaning. Now, today it is about understanding someone's character. So a person's character can be understood through the remarks that are made. That means like what the person says and how the person says it, and the actions that are taken by the person in the story. It kind of tells us a little bit about the character, even though that is not literally mentioned. Now, for example, the statement, Katie was a very private person. That is true. That's in paragraphs 1, 5, and 6. Now, Katie was a very private person because she didn't enjoy sharing her thoughts and feelings. Yeah, so that means you can infer a character. She shouldn't have mentioned her reasons for leaving to anyone. Once she told her family, everyone had an opinion that she was not interested in hearing. And in the end, she wouldn't tell them her plan other than to say she was leaving. In paragraph 5, Katie went into the family house alone to dance goodbye to her brother. She also showed her concern for privacy when she thought about buses as being so public that they're private. That's an oxymoron, yeah. Public gets private, you know, like an oxymoron, like so contradicting. The silence is loud, like an oxymoron, you know. Yeah. So basically from here, what she's saying, you could kind of understand the character of the person. Now, you had to understand of the story. You have to write down the true or the false, referring to the paragraphs in the story where you find support for your interpretation. Yeah. And explain in one more sentence how the information leads you to this conclusion. So we've got the reference to the paragraphs in the parentheses here to know. So family was important to Katie. Livia, what is the answer to number 1? Livia, good morning.
Morning, Miss.
What's number 1?
True.
Yeah, it's true. Can you give me an explanation to that? How did you come to that conclusion? What's the explanation? What's the evidence? Where did you find the evidence? Now, see, this is the thing. Saying that whether it's true or false is easy. Coming up with the evidence where you base that on. Where do you base your answer on? Remember, for P, point, explanation, evidence. In every answer that you give, you should have evidence also that is derived from the text. So what is the evidence to the answer that family was important to Katie is true? So you can look at paragraphs 1 to 5, 10, 11, and 15. Livia, do you know? Hello. Basically, if you look at her, she did not usually agree with her relatives. Yeah. But it was important to her. In paragraph 1, it says she loved her brother and they were very close. And in paragraph 11, she even thought she saw him in the crowd. In paragraph 15, because she missed him, her many and vocal relatives. And then paragraph 10 disapproved of her ambition of a dancer and in a way provoked her to what she wanted to do. Actually, throughout those paragraphs, you can see that family is important to her because she thinks about it. Somehow what she does and what they think do matter or does matter to her. Yeah? Okay, let's try to look at number 2. Dancing came easily to Katie. Dancing came easily to Katie. Jerry, good morning. Can you answer number 2? Jerry? Rio, good morning. Rio?
Yes, Miss Sylvie.
Hi, can you answer number 2? Is that true or false? Did it come easily for her? Like it was easy for her to dance? You see that in paragraph 9. Look at paragraph 1, paragraph 9 in the first sentence. What does it say, Rio? First sentence of paragraph 9.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true because it says there's one thing I do well and money didn't buy it, didn't have bought it for me. I am one fine dancer. So it came to her easily, yeah? She's good at it. And I think that is one of the the explanations. And Katie tells us that money could not buy her ability, right? So that is definitely the evidence. Okay, we're looking at number 3. Katie was ambitious. Is that true or false? Is Katie ambitious? What is the answer to that? Yes, she is ambitious. If we look at paragraph 9 again, Katie was ambitious because she describes how seriously she practiced her dancing. She wore out tapes learning steps from Fred, Astaire, Jean, Callie, and others who danced in the movies. Please take your answers, yeah? 4, Katie emphasized for children who rebel against their families. Is that true or false? Who can say? True or false?
I think it's false.
Yeah, it's false. That's correct. Do you also know why?
She said it's annoying. The kid's annoying.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because she liked the woman, but not the kid.
Correct. Even though she was rebellious herself and she wanted to dance against her family's wishes, but she didn't want to sympathize with a boy or whatever. For her, that was like, no. Yeah, good. 5, Katie was careless with money. Is that true or false? Anyone? Careless with money.
True.
Oh yeah, true. Very true. She was. It was not very important for her. It kind of shows in several paragraphs though. No appreciation of money she would have given total strangers. She would have given the young man in the restaurant alone. She's very careless. Number 60, Katie being home was important. Ophi, is that true or false? Hello, Ophi? Ophi? Is number 6 true or false? Ophi? Okay, to Katie being home was important, definitely false, right? Because she wants to go, she leaves. She was heading home means moving on, not staying. Heading home for her was a way of saying fulfilling her dreams. That was heading home. Yeah? She had a plan and a purpose for her beginnings and into the world she wanted to go. So for her to stay home was not important. Okay, this is a very important activity as well. that you can infer from the text where something is right and wrong or what the characteristic is of a person, even though it's not being said, but by connecting the dots, you know, you can read between the lines. And knowing where the evidence is found in the text is important because you can never just answer. You need to know, you need to back it up with evidence. Remember, for reading and writing, for writing we use, and for reading we use P and Peel, right? So point, explanation, evidence, or example, and linking it back. But for speaking we use RL, right? A for assertion, R for reasoning, E for evidence, L for linking. It's actually the same thing, but we say different for speaking versus writing. Okay, we come to the point of expressing our opinion, which is evaluating. We come to a justification or a conclusion after having connected all the dots. Now, let's look at number one. Katie's Uncle Mike told her, Katie, don't do it. Haven't you caused enough disappointment? Paragraph 1. If one of your relatives said something like that to you, come on, how would you feel? And what would you do? Would you react the same way Katie did? What would you do? I'd like to ask this to Yusi. Good morning, Yusi. Yusi? Marcel? Fatma? Good morning, Fatma. Lyle, could you answer number 1?
Honestly, I'm not so sure for number 1.
How would you feel if someone, if you have a plan, let's say you have a plan, right, to go to uni, and let's say you're going to go to Jakarta or something, and then suddenly your family, your relatives go like, no, you shouldn't do that. Don't you think of your family? And, you know, like, how would you feel if suddenly your aunts or uncles or so start to say those things to you? Would you be okay with it or not?
I would just kind of ignore it.
Okay, oh, that's an easy way. That's very phlegmatic, just ignore it. There's some people who can't do that, who would feel really, you know, hurt by it or bothered by it. Other people can just ignore it. It will be good if you, yeah. It is not nice though if people are judgmental. If people just say what they think, that's okay. But if they become judgmental, that's where it becomes difficult, right? Rebelling against family is a part of growing up. Is it necessary or dangerous or both? Rebelling against family. Clara, I would like to hear your opinion.
Hi. I think it depends on the situation though, because if we are the one at fault and we are rebelling against our family, I think it will be dangerous. But if the situation is similar to Katie, and maybe it would be a little bit necessary, but yeah, I think the way you how you tell them, how you express it is very important, I think. So yeah, both depends on the situation.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Right. Yeah. First off, definitely we always want to, or we always have to be submissive and respectful, right? And honor our family, right? Depends also on your age, I think, yeah? Where you choose to do certain things, right? Yeah, awesome. Okay, guys, try next time to be a bit more expressive in your opinions, right? Because this is actually the time where you get to speak up. This is a good time for you to learn to reason. This is a part where you reason on concepts, which kind of triggers and builds your critical analysis. So it's important. Okay, let's look at our unit schedule just to see and make sure where we're at. So that was our reading one for today with our vocabulary definitions, previewing a text, getting the main idea and details from the text, and understanding someone's character and inferring that from the text and expressing opinions. Now, for this week, as we're looking at, oh, I passed it. Just because it's still loading. Okay, the 25th on the 29th. So yeah, we're basically in this week. Okay. And there he goes again. Dude, come on, stay still. Yeah, reading one. So your post-study for this week for language is doing the activities in reading one for your ebook. I already gave you, what is that? Oh, that's for your pre-study. Yeah, just go to your ebook, go to the table of contents. Never just scroll, it's just wasting your time. Go to the table of contents, go to unit 3, and then you just click, it's hyperlinked, right? So it just brings you wherever you need to be. So do reading one. And for your pre-study, watch the video that I already gave to you this morning. Yeah, watch the video, which is unit 3 listening to. And you do the activities in your textbook for listening and speaking. That is for next week's Zoom. So your pre-study would be to do that. Okay. For literature, we have nothing yet. We will start with literature on the 1st of February. That means next week. Not this week, but next week. Okay. And that will be the last month together, because in March we will be prepping for your school exam, and then that's kind of it. That's something. Okay, any questions? Be sure to focus on your research for your journal. So if you haven't done that yet, this is the week to do so. Also for your log was supposed to be last week, so I don't know if you did that. So make sure that you got your brainstorms ready, and you do your researching. You get 4 sources for your role play as a consultant, advising companies. Just do that in a Zoom meeting, and then you edit your Zoom meeting. And for your writing, an expository essay about important qualities to become successful. So make sure that you're already planning it from now, doing it step by step, then it's not too much, and you will be on time. Any other questions?
Miss Sylvie.
Yeah.
For the file, the grade semester 2, is it still the same file like when it can automatically update it? So when we just did the task, the score will come out, or no?
No. Last semester, that was the case, because I gave you the link of every Google Sheet, which was, so every activity is linked to a Google Sheet. And I gave you those links. But last time, there were so many students who didn't even open it. And it's maybe because at the beginning of the semester, it was only a little bit. But half through the semester, it became 4 links, basically. But it ends up having like 10 tabs in each link. So it would be like 40 tabs. And for people who did everything on time, it wasn't a problem. But for those who were a bit behind, they would have to open every tab all the time. And I think that several students didn't like it. So what I did this time is just upload 1 link only, which has 4 tabs only, 5 with literature. And so you can see what you've missed. But the catchy thing is that does not update itself. I need to edit that. So, and I didn't edit it yet, because a lot of people didn't do anything yet. Otherwise, it's a waste to put in marks of 2 people, So probably this week I will update it and put it in. Okay. And then you can see, and then you can see what's missing. But yeah, the downside is that I have to keep updating that every week. Yeah. That's not nice. But then I was thinking, if I give you the other one site, it's also confusing for students if there are too many links and too many tabs to open, The cool thing though is that you can check when you've done it. You can check and see like, hey, is mine in or not? So that's the one thing. But then The other day I was thinking maybe I should give all the links for those who want this and that, but then I was like, then they get totally confused because there are too many links. So wait for my update. If, for example, you're just confused, you can just ask me personally and I will just recheck for you.
Yes.
Yeah? Unless you really want the link, I can just send you the link. That is no problem for me. Yeah? Okay. Okay, guys, have a good day today and a good week. I will see you next week, yeah? Oh, wow. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. God bless.